I haven't noticed.
Okay, cool. Welcome back to the Story Traders podcast.
How we feeling?
Oh, okay. So,
Sweaty boy.
yeah. Okay. Without any context, yikes. We got back from an 11-mile run.
11 miles. My PR.
Yeah, that's your PR. Good job.
Yeah.
Very nice. But we decided that we were going to try to knock out a couple of things tonight. One of which was podcasting because we're behind, and the second was running. And I texted Josiah and I was like, "Do you want to run tonight too? We could run." And he's like, "How far?" And I was like, "Pretty far." And he's like, "Okay. So we're gonna run first?" And I was like, "Well, it's gonna be in the afternoon, so like we could podcast first, and maybe it'll be a little bit cooler." Is basically what I was thinking. And he's like, "I'd rather run first." I was like, "Okay, I guess we're running first."
Yeah, but you wouldn't tell me how
No,
far
that
you
was
were
fine.
thinking.
No, I told you 11.
Well, eventually.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how far? You're like, far. And I was like, and you're like,
Like pretty
long
far.
distance. And I was like, i.e., and you're like, 11. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Well, it's because we've both run 10 miles this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've run more than that, but
Yeah, a lot of half-mile segments.
Yeah, our most that we've run this year in one stretch is 10 miles. So I was like, might as well hit 11 miles because we've got, it's like 3 weeks, almost 4 weeks until our half marathon. So, yeah. But yeah, we knocked it out, which is great. But now we're putting our headphones on, very sweaty heads. So
Feels good, though, to just like have run so far. And now we're just chillaxing on the couch.
Just chillaxing on the couch, drinking water and Gatorade, and Josiah has a plate next to him with straight up peanut butter and raisins.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's a little weird, but
It's not weird.
I think most people would look at that and think it was weird. But I'm not saying it's not delicious because I did just partake.
You did partake. I think what most people would say is far more weird is applesauce and peanut butter. Which
Okay, that is a little weird. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily on board with
fight
that.
for that and say, like, at least try it before you say
I mean,
it's
I would
crazy.
try it for sure. It's just, I don't know. I guess, like, we used to occasionally do apple butter and peanut butter on, like, bread, just, like, with a normal sandwich.
Yeah.
And that was really good. So, maybe it'd be fine.
Yeah.
But applesauce seems a little watery to me for that.
Well, it's much healthier because apple butter has all that added sugar in it. It does have the nice spices in there, which is super tasty. But
Yeah.
I don't remember who I was telling about the apple butter, but they were like, I think it was somebody from church, and they were like, "Oh, wow, that actually sounds pretty good." I was like, "That's not the normal response I get."
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of physical things and church things, I joined a softball league at church.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how that has gone.
I've had multiple double header games. Actually, our games.
Is that why you haven't run in a long time? Josiah and I go out
multiple
to run.
different things. The driveway, having the equipment for the week was a big reason.
Okay, well,
I had
that's
no
fair.
time that week.
Yeah.
But
Josiah and I go out to run, and Josiah's like, this is the first time I've run since I ran 10 miles. And that was like...
no. It was 2 weeks ago on Sunday. So it was barely over 2 weeks.
Was it only 2 weeks?
Yes.
Man, it feels like it's been longer than 2
I know.
weeks.
No, it was barely over 2 weeks.
Okay.
So yes, that is a long time to like not run at all, but I was super busy in that amount of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've had multiple doubleheader softball games. Have not played baseball or softball at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the most experience I've ever had playing softball was that one Christmas that Jeremy brought softball.
Oh my gosh. No, it wasn't softball. It was wiffle ball.
Oh.
But it was like
Same
an abnormally...
difference,
yeah. Same principles. It was an abnormally warm Christmas. It was very rainy. There was no... It had rained so much. So like... Just
and
the
not
field
frozen at all.
Yeah, the field that we would normally play football in for Thanksgiving was very wet and muddy.
Yeah.
And our cousin Jeremy was like, I brought my wiffle ball and wiffle ball bat. I'm thinking we should probably start a wiffle ball game. And
It was
we were
when
all
we were
like
trying
all
to
right.
do a sport on every holiday. We're like, sweet, let's do wiffle ball.
Yeah, so we got super muddy that Christmas.
It was so
Honestly,
fun.
kind of a core memory.
Yeah.
But,
But anyway, that is the most experience I've ever had with any type of baseball, anything. So very, very little. But we had a couple like practice sessions right after church leading up to the season starting. So that gave me like a little bit of confidence to be like, okay, like I can actually hit the ball, which is comforting. And if I like concentrate, I think I can catch the ball decently well.
Yeah.
Though if it's like right at my face, that makes me a little scared. But yeah, the first game was fun, but I learned a very valuable lesson, and that is when you're in the outfield, call for the ball. And
oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
you
I
definitely
was
want to call
in
for the ball.
like, I don't actually know if it's considered left field or right field. If you're like at the where the batter is that is it like his left and right, or is it like out?
I'm pretty
the
sure
pitcher is it his left or right? It doesn't
we're
matter.
just going to show
Whatever.
how ignorant we are. I'm pretty sure it's when you're the batter looking out there.
Okay. Because
Then
for
it's
a
left-handed.
right-hander batter, they're typically hitting the left field.
Maybe.
Because
I don't know.
they're swinging from the right side of their body to the left. So they're hitting to the left side.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was positioned in the part of the field where like fewer balls were coming. And that is on purpose. Because
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to be fully in on the action. I want to participate.
Yeah.
But
you want to be there.
There are other guys
You want to get
that
credit
are
for being there.
much better at baseball and softball than I am. So, but there was one ball that like popped up, and of all the balls I'd seen that night, I was like, this ball is clearly mine. Like it is in my zone. But I did have to run up a little bit to get to it. So I'm running up, and like, you know, when like something's happening and you're sure
not listening
people
to anyone
are
else.
saying stuff,
Uh-huh.
but it's almost like your ears are blacked out because you're so locked in. That's what it was. Because I was like, I can't let my team down. I'm gonna get this ball. So I'm sure people were saying like,
People are yelling out there like, Josiah,
don't get
there's
it,
a reason
don't
we
get
put you back there.
So I jump up and I have my right hand up, and the ball was legitimately like 2 feet away from coming into my glove. And I time it perfectly. I'm like, this is going to be such a cool catch. At least in my head, I thought it was going to be super cool catch.
Yeah.
And I jump up, and oh my gosh, it felt like I hit a brick wall. And that is because my teammate had been backtracking. He probably was calling, my ball, my ball, my ball, but I didn't hear that. And oh my gosh, we slammed into each other. I got to tell you what, it has been a long time since I've had the air knocked out of me like that. Like we both slammed to the turf, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't feel very good.
I'm trying to think. I feel like that's definitely happened sometimes. But maybe last time that happened to me, I feel like was probably when we were wrestling sometime.
Oh, yeah.
Like a long time ago.
I was pretty strong back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely learned, okay, call for the ball if I want the ball. But yeah, first couple games were really fun. We got, I think we were scoreless in the first game. We just got smoked. Second game, we got like 3 points, which was very encouraging. And then 2 weeks ago, we got, I think we got like, we were in the game in the 7th inning or whatever. Because I think we were only like a few points behind them, but they still beat us by like 4 points. And then we lost the other one pretty handily. So we're 0 for 4 right now.
Okay.
But last night, the games were canceled. So technically, I don't know where the draw category is, but maybe
I
it's
think
like
it's the last.
it's 0
4.
0-2-4. Oh, it's the last one?
I think it's
0-4-2.
Pretty sure it's the last one.
So it's 0-4-2.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't have any baseball fans
Baseball people.
listening in.
Well, we don't have many people at all listening, so
Yeah.
it's probably low probability that we got baseball people.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like we got to take our wins where we can.
All
get,
right.
or in our
Kinda.
situation, a win is a non-loss.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Okay.
But yeah, it was super annoying because it's one pitch league. So if you hit a foul ball, you're struck out. If you
Really?
it's what? So the game.
Oh
moves,
man, those are fast games.
the game moves very quickly. So it's so high pressure when you step up to the plate because
if you screw up,
it's that pitch, and then you have to wait for all your team to go through. So it's super annoying.
holy cow.
And also it's one ball. So like if they throw a ball, you're immediately on base.
Really?
Yeah, it's so quick.
Oh my gosh, I've never played with those rules before.
Yeah, it's just like a rec league in Columbus.
Wow,
So
okay.
they're not losing time. But I have so far not. I've only struck out traditionally once. Every other time, I've either hit the ball and they like hit it into the ground, and then the pitcher was able to somehow do a marvelous grab of it and then threw it over to first base and got me out quickly.
Yeah.
Or it was like a foul ball or something. But I've like gotten onto the base
All right.
one time, which felt incredible.
All right.
Oh, it felt so good.
Wow.
So of course, the only time that's happened, Isabel was not at the game yet, so she's not ever seen me on base.
So she doesn't believe you?
Yeah, she doesn't believe me. She's like, Josiah, stop lying to me. I was like, I did.
No, really. There were eyewitnesses, and no one else confirms
No,
it.
Josiah did not get on base. No, yeah, she missed that part of the game, and then the part of the game that she did see was me. As I said, it's one pitch, so the umpires are very hit and miss.
Okay, hold on. Did you say empire?
Empire?
It's umpire.
Umpire, whatever. That's pretty much the same thing.
The ump. No.
Ump.
No.
Okay.
No, it's not. Empire is what is in Star Wars.
Okay,
Or of
I'm
the
so
Roman
sorry.
variety.
I never knew it was umpire and not empire. It's same thing. I genuinely had no idea.
All right, well.
Dad's gonna hear this. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even raise this boy."
I think that was his favorite sport too.
Oh yeah, it was
Baseball.
definitely.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Okay,
Right.
the umpire sometimes makes bad decisions. We'll just say this is not even necessarily his day job. I don't know what job it is, but we've seen several times like somebody let a ball go by him, or it like hits outside of the pitching zone or whatever, and it's to all of us, it's like clearly a ball, and then gets called a strike.
Yeah.
So right now it's kind of like if you can hit the ball, probably try to hit the ball, and it's just hard to make that call because one of the times, and this was when Isabel was watching, I like had to take a couple steps up closer to the plate to try to make a swing, and obviously I didn't hit the ball very well, so that was like in out.
Yeah.
And then the next time I was like, okay, don't swing unless it's like a good ball. And then it like hit in front of the plate, and I was like, okay, that's gonna be ball. And I like start walking, and then the umpire's like, strike. I was like,
Oh, geez.
what the heck? I can't win. I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I got to just start swinging. If I can try to hit it, just try to hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang.
It's hard because I was practicing with Mr. Slater the other day, and he was throwing it more like right at me. But in the league, they do way more arch. So it's like coming down quickly in front of you. And it's a lot harder to hit if it's doing that as opposed to just at you, in my opinion. But
Yeah. I have played rec league softball one time before because our church had, put together a team. I did not do very well. I did improve, but I did not do very well. I remember one of my first hits, like I was so nervous every time I went up to bat. One of my first hits, I was genuinely, I was kind of surprised.
You're like, oh, I hit it.
I threw that bat so far that people were yelling, bat, 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 bat. And Garrett was there, and he goes, so don't throw the bat. And I was like, yeah, I was just kind of, excited.
Dude, it's so funny you say that because I am the only person on the entire team who has gotten a warning from the umpire
for throwing
about throwing the bat.
Oh yeah.
Legit.
I don't know. I think we did that a lot growing up. Like when we would play wiffle ball and stuff.
Really?
Like obviously
just
those bats are much lighter. But yeah, we threw it a lot. I feel like.
Yeah, because last time I struck out, I was the third of our strikes. So like the umpire had a moment between us changing out, and he like walks up to our captain, and he's like, he needs to stop throwing that bat.
And you're like, I was like, you're like, he needs to start calling balls.
Exactly. I'll stop throwing the bat if you start calling the balls. Okay.
Yeah.
Deal. Yeah, that's really funny.
Oh,
so
man.
I got in a little bit of trouble. So
yeah,
I guess it just runs in the family.
All right. Well, hey. Well, I'm glad it's been. Well, I mean, it hasn't really been going okay, but glad you've been having fun.
It's been very enjoyable. I've liked it, and we've had a ton of cross city fans come out. Mm-hmm. Even people that are like not married or at all involved, like they just come out and cheer, which is super fun. And we've had multiple teams like we're high-fiving them at the end. They're like, you guys definitely beat us with the crowd. Like, yeah, you guys have nobody cheering for us.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, we'll do anything remarkably good, and our little stands are just like, wow, yeah, cross city. It's hilarious. Yeah. So anyway, that's been super fun. I told you I was going to tell you about the driveway.
Oh, yeah.
So you know that the driveway has been a problem at the greenhouse.
Yeah.
Many, many, many people over the last 5 years, honestly, have complained a lot.
Well, we just drove up it the other day, and it was like...
Wait.
Well, you weren't there.
The new one? You drove up the new one?
Yeah.
Why?
Because, it was after brunch.
Stealing mums.
You guys had already left. And so we were stealing mums.
Good time when I'm not there.
They took the XTV back there with Oliver because Oliver really wanted to ride in the XTV. And they're like, well, if you guys are leaving, you can just like meet us back there with the car. So they moved the cones and we drove up there. And it is so nice. So much nicer than it used to be.
Yeah.
I cannot even believe the improvement.
Yeah. It's just so crazy the years and the heartache that's gone into that drive. So I'll give you just a short little snapshot of what's happened. So that drive was initially kind of steep when it was put in, but then Orange Township put the bike path in, and since the bike path was essentially the same level as the road, and like 15, 20 feet off of the road, then it shortened the distance to get up to grade at the greenhouse. So then it was super duper steep, and they didn't take any of the utility lines or anything that was through there. They didn't lower anything. So then my drive was just super steep. So then I went the traditional route. I was like, well, Orange put me through this, so I'm going to go to them. And I did. And talk about striking out.
And they were like, what?
We can't.
Can you move this? And what do you want?
Why would we do that?
For free?
We're government. We're not here to help you. That's pretty much how that happened. Yeah. So went through a lot of different avenues. Every single one of them was like, well, that's not helpful. Okay, this is on me now. And I knew that there were like 2 different water lines that went through there. So I was like, well, next thing, I guess I'll go to Delco. So they told me, okay, you got your 2-foot line. That one's going to cost $25,000 to move.
Oh, jeez.
And then we've got your 6-inch line, and that one's going to cost like $6,000 to move. And they like went through the process to like probe the lines, figure out where they were. And they were like, well, this is not exactly, it's not super exact, but we think that the 2-foot line, you're like way clear. You're probably totally fine with that. The problem is probably where the 6-inch line is. So probably don't worry about the big one and maybe lower the 6-inch line. I was like, you know what? I can put $6,000 into it to help my driveway out. So this happened in 23, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
2023. So I'd gotten the quote, obviously, and I was like, go for it. Dig it up, lower it. And Delco was like super great. I loved the guy that was working on it, whatnot. And then I get a call in the middle of the day. We got a problem. Can you come out here? I was like, crap. So I go out and they're like, and granted, I never saw where the 6-inch line was. I was just taking their word for this, but they're like, there's a cable line. That's the main problem. And we don't even think you need to lower the 6-inch line. I was like, well, that's good and bad, I guess. 'Cause like now I'm probably going to have to pay all this money for
someone else to come out.
Well, I thought I was going to have to pay them even just for digging, even though they didn't lower anything.
Yeah.
But then now I'm going to have to pay somebody else for this other cable line. But I never saw anything because they'd already like covered it back up.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, well, I guess I have to figure out this cable line then. So I found out it was Frontier, and oh my gosh, Frontier doesn't give a crap about anybody. That's what I figured out because it took me like probably 6 months to get them to find the right person, actually, like genuinely.
Jeez.
To even find the right person and then get a quote. And they're like, well, like, we're not sure you need to move this thing. Like, you have just been told you need to move it. And I was like, well, is there any way to like figure out where it actually is?
Confirm it?
And they're like, well, we can't, but you could pay a different company to like,
you're literally the cable company.
You're literally the company. They're like, well, you could pay a different company, you know, the trucks that will like, essentially like power wash into the ground and then vacuum the soil out.
What?
Have you ever seen this?
I don't think I have.
It's a way to find utilities because obviously power washing, you're not going to break anything.
Yeah.
But it's very expensive, obviously.
Yeah.
And so then I went down that avenue. I got all these different quotes, and like minimum it was going to be like $1,500, $2,000 to just get a company to locate the line. I was like, you know what? I do a lot of digging for my living. Why don't I just dig and find the line myself? So I did last year. I dug, I found the line, and I was like, yeah, this definitely needs to be moved. It was like 1.5 feet down. I was like, definitely. So I was like, I went ahead and told Frontier, I was like, okay, I want to move this line. Get me set up to move it. And I paid them $7,000 at the end of last year to move this thing. And they told me 100% this thing will be done by like March at the latest so that you can do all your driveway stuff before you open for the season. Didn't get it moved till June. I was very annoyed.
Yeah.
Very annoyed. But anyway, they got that. I paid them to put that up into the telephone lines instead of down.
In the sky.
Yeah. So then it was like, okay, middle of the summer, I essentially, since I'm low on landscape work, I'm obviously going to just do this driveway work. And I rented equipment through Isaac. Shout out Isaac.
Shout out
Getting
Isaac.
me the hookup at Buckeye Power. So I got the equipment for a week, a excavator and a skid steer. And I'm day 2 into renting. And I'm like, okay, I gotta find this Delco line. Got to make sure I don't hit this. And I dug like beside it with the excavator. And then I was just hand shoveling beside to find it. And I was like, this is so much more shallow than I was ever told it was.
This was after Delco had actually...
No, so remember, they never moved that 6-inch line. They said...
Yeah, didn't they say that
their
they
line
didn't think
wasn't
they need
the
to move?
problem? Oh, shoot, I actually forgot a whole part of the story.
Oh, my gosh.
When they were doing that excavating, and they were like, okay, we're not going to move this 6-inch line. They were like redoing some grading on the driveway. And then they hit the 2-foot line. They like ran into it somehow. And I got a call from Delco. They're like, so we hit that 2-foot line. And at this point I'm like, well, shoot, they're going to make me pay
they better
$25,000 to move that. And he was like, so we're just going to move that for you. And we'll probably do that in a few weeks. I was like, okay.
So
sounds good.
They did $25,000 worth of work because they accidentally messed up
on a project that I never ended up getting a bill for in the first place.
Really?
Yeah, they never billed me for digging on that 6-inch line, and then they never billed me for actually moving the 2-foot line.
Well, they shouldn't have billed you for the 2-foot line anyways.
Yeah, but that was just crazy that was quoted at $25,000.
Gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a huge blessing. And so anyway, that already happened. But yeah, when I found the 6-inch line, I was like distraught. And I was like, well, what's the probability that Delco could move this like tomorrow? Like then I could still do all the rest of my work and it'd be fine. So I ended up putting a call in a Delco, and I was like, nobody's going to respond to me. So I was like, I just got to go to Delco. So I went over to the Delco station across the road.
Oh.
And I like went up to the gate. The gate just opened for me. I was like, oh, thanks. So,
and they just looked out. They're like, well, no one ever does this.
Exactly. So I walked up, and somebody like met me outside the building. Like, hey, can we help you? I was like,
yes, you can.
Yes, you can. I've got a question. I'm digging over here. Like, yeah, we noticed. That 6-inch line is not where I thought it was. Can it be moved? And he's like, oh, no, I don't think that's going to be able to be moved this week. And I was like, that's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So to make that part of the long story short, ended up returning the equipment the very next day, which really sucked because
oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Renting equipment for 2 days as compared to 1 week is about $100 cheaper.
Oh really?
Oh,
so you hardly get any break.
It's practically no break at all. It's like
geez.
If you're renting for 2 days, you might as well rent for a week,
yeah.
At least with Isaac's discount.
Yeah.
So that was expensive, and then yeah, Delco came out and talked to me like later that week, and then they moved the line.
The 6-inch line.
The 6-inch line the next week, which was insane. And they moved it like 9 feet down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's like so deep because they wanted 3 foot of coverage of soil over it. And even where it was, it didn't have that.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm like, well, if it didn't already have that, then it was probably fine.
Yeah.
But anyways, they went above and beyond and went so deep.
They went below and beyond.
They went below and beyond. Yes.
Yeah.
So then after they were done with that, I rented the equipment again, and I actually put on
discounted. Shout out Isaac.
Big discount. Thank you, Isaac.
To our knowledge, Isaac didn't even take a commission from that.
No, he was joking. Said he would, but I don't think he was.
Maybe he did. Who knows?
Possibly. But he, I actually put on Marketplace. I put a picture of the driveway, and I was like, "Free fill dirt, just have to haul." And I had a guy come out and get probably 20 loads of soil from the driveway.
Holy cow!
Yeah, apparently he had a property or something that had a horrible drainage problem, and he was just like building up his lawn. Mm-hmm. And he's like a contractor and stuff, so he has like equipment. I was like, dang. And this guy was genuinely so nice, because I'm digging on the first day, and you initially think like, this guy's just in it for the free stuff, which I respect. Like, I'm being benefited by this too. Mm-hmm. But like each load he comes out to get, he's like getting out of his truck and like looking at my grade and like giving me pointers as like, well, you probably have to go a little deeper here, and here, actually just take my my grade stakes here. String up a line so you can actually like get an idea of the grade.
Wow.
And then at some point later in the day, he's like, so what rocks are you going to put on this? I was like, well, I was going to do these like 57s over here and then top with the asphalt millings. He's like, you should probably get some larger rocks. I don't see any larger rocks around. Why don't on my return trip, I'll just stop by the quarry and I'll bring you some, I don't even know the name of them, but it's like the big old limestone rocks. I'll just bring one of those by and dump it and you can just pay me back later. And I was like, sure, sounds good. So he did. He brought a whole like 20 tons or whatever of stone over for me. And I still haven't paid him because he's like been so relaxed about it. I ended up telling him like he wanted some arborvitaes. I was like, just take arborvitaes and we'll like even ourselves out that way. So he's just going to get in contact with me when he wants the arborvitaes. But like currently I owe him like money and he's so chill.
Like
I was like, oh
chill.
my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah. Ridiculous. Nice. Just this random guy in the marketplace.
Yeah.
But yeah, the driveway was very fun to do.
But now it looks really nice.
Lots of equipment time.
Yeah.
And none of the wires or pipes or anything were removed. So it's very scary when you're digging and you're like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Bam! Oh my gosh, that wire is destroyed. I hope that was the one that's dead.
Yeah. Like, well, I haven't gotten any calls about it.
Yeah, pretty much. There was another wire through there that was never marked by 811. I was like, I'm going to assume that's dead.
Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. And then I like blew up the original 6-inch line that was through there and stuff. But no water came out of it. So I was like, yeah, they did disconnect it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, meanwhile, while you're celebrating these wins on, even though it took a long time, but you were able to get some of that stuff taken care of so much cheaper than expected. We went to a coffee shop on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And it's
Which
like
shop?
the fall now. It's Coffee Vault.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the fall now. And so I decided for the first time ever, I was going to order a chai latte.
Oh,
because they had a
depending upon who makes
caramel
it, they can be too
apple
sweet.
butter chai latte. And I was like, that sounds very fall.
It does sound very fall. I don't love caramel, but it does sound good.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But I asked them about it, just like, because I haven't ever had a chai before. Uh-huh. Well, I've like tried it before, but I don't know that much about it. So I just asked them about it, and then I said, okay, yeah, I think I'll get a. And then I kind of paused, and then I know for a fact I ordered a caramel apple butter chai latte.
Okay.
And she's like, okay, great. That'll be, do you want a 16 ounce or a 24 ounce? And I was like, it was like
24 ounces.
It was like a 50-cent difference.
Oh my goodness.
I'll get the 24 ounce. And so
I'll go from 500 calories to 800.
Yeah. That's a lot of calories in a chai.
I'm sure.
I mean, I think it was like 700 calories.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching my calories the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But I ordered it and then paid for it, and I was like kind of shocked. It cost like $4.25.
Whoa.
For the 24 ounce. I was like, this seems super cheap.
There's no way she brought that up right.
And then they brought it out, and it didn't look like a chai at all.
Oh.
It looked like it was straight apple cider.
What?
And I looked at it. I picked it up and looked at it, and sure enough, the sticker says on it, Caleb, apple cider. And I was like,
that's actually
I think I know what they did.
Close to what I ordered.
Yeah, so they came back, and I was like, I hate to ask you this, but I did not order this. I ordered an apple butter chai latte, and they were like, did they ring it up as an apple cider? I'm like, maybe. I don't know.
You're like, well,
I was like,
the sticker does say apple cider.
And I did pay in cash, so I don't have a receipt, but
You're gonna have to take me on my word on this one.
But they were very nice. They remade it. They didn't charge me anything extra, and it was delicious. And I do like that coffee shop. And yeah, we'll keep going back.
There you go.
But yeah.
So then you had the apple cider and the latte.
No, they took the apple cider back.
Oh, they took it back.
Yeah. I don't know. One of them probably drank it.
Okay.
But the apple butter chai was really
I wouldn't
good.
feel as bad then.
Yeah.
If like you're not getting a whole extra drink from it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fine.
I mean, they're just making a little bit less on that drink. Actually, it probably was going to be like $7, $8, honestly.
It was probably going to
be
be $6.
Probably $7. $6.95.
I doubt it. Anyways, one last thing.
Do you say do you say it's to go even if you intend to be there for a bit?
No, not normally.
Wow, what a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, so one thing that I wanted to say, because I know that we have some Slater listeners. Mm-hmm. I told you this on Saturday, or on Sunday, but I wanted to say this on the podcast because we're kind of talking about some different things that have been going on.
I'll just
lately.
tune out because I already heard this.
Yeah. So last week I was helping with the fair because I'm part of the pig and lamb committee. And so I basically just show up, help with the sheep weigh-in, and then the show, and then the sale. So I was there on Wednesday night for the sale, and they sell like pigs. They always change up the order, but this year it was they were selling the pigs, and then the goats, and then the sheep. So I wasn't doing anything until the sheep, so I was just kind of sitting there in the stands watching the auction. And I looked over to my right, and I saw Mr. Slater and Eli. Mm-hmm. And so, and the auction is, meanwhile, it's going on right then.
Yeah.
And Eli gives me the biggest wave.
Very
welcoming. Yes. Mr. Slater also waves at me. And I felt like I did not look very welcoming. That was not my intention. I was trying not to buy a pig for $1,500.
I respect that.
So I like put my hand up kind of low and like shook it a little bit, but not enough to get it even remotely high.
You probably didn't even smile either. You're just like,
yeah. I'm pretty sure I smiled, but I was like, it probably doesn't look like I'm trying very hard. And it's because I was trying super hard not to buy a very expensive hog.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Slater and Eli, it was great seeing you guys at the fair from afar.
Yeah, Eli said that he saw you guys and didn't even mention that you barely wanted to acknowledge them.
Yeah, nice.
He did mention that he accidentally bought a $1,500 hog.
Oh, okay.
So that was, I was like, wow, how did that happen? He's like, I don't know. Apparently they said I raised my hand.
Raised my hand.
I did buy 3 rabbits.
Oh, yeah.
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 One of my employees' sisters was selling rabbits.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it's super fun.
I started the bidding out, and Ann Kleiline was like, she's like, how high do you want to go? I was like, no, that's not how this works. I buy it for for what I need to. And then Aunt Beth also was like, what's your limit, Josiah? I was like, why does
everyone's like trying to bid it up?
Why is everybody trying to go so high? But I did start the bidding, and then like nobody was bidding. So I was like, I know you're not going to win off the first bid.
Yeah.
So if somebody else has to bid, it might as well be Ann. So I told her, I was like, go ahead and
bid
raise
it up a little bit.
So she raised it, and then I went back, and then of course the auctioneer was like giving her a hard time, like, only once?
Come on, just one
you
time?
just bid once?
Yeah, that's funny.
But I got a nice little gift baggie. Some local honey, some chocolate, some popcorn.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
I mean, well worth the $375.
Oh yeah.
$400, I don't remember.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Business write-off, we're good.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think, to my knowledge, that we have any new reviews. So please leave us a 5-star review on all of the main podcast platforms. You can leave us a comment.
Is this too long, or should I tell about Hocking Hills? Too long.
We're at 40 minutes.
Oh,
So
wow. Okay.
let's save Hocking Hills for another episode.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, great pod.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate you.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's it.